Hi, I'm Clicky here with Nacho, or Tornado, or Microwave. Today I'm going to make some limoncello. And yes, I mean today, not this month. Sous says that spring and the beginning of summer are the best times to prune our Meyer lemon tree, so I've got to use a ton of lemons fast. I love Meyer lemons because they fruit year-round and they've got this slightly orange color to the skin. They think it was a cross between a sour orange and a lemon. Anyway, we're having some friends over tonight, and one of them really loves lemon drop cocktails, so I think I'm going to try making a lemon drop using limoncello. If you aren't familiar with limoncello, it's a really lovely digestif made in Italy. It's got a refreshing lemon flavor and is traditionally sipped after a nice meal. I suspect some of you out there who are familiar with this might be confused. Limoncello usually takes weeks to make. You have to soak the lemon rind in alcohol forever. Well, I read about using a sous vide technique to significantly speed up the extraction from the lemon peel. And I've made limoncello a bunch of times using the traditional method and a few times using this method, and I think it's just as good. Now, what do you need to make limoncello? Well, lemons, of course. And if you're buying lemons, this is the time to go organic. Regular lemons can have a wax on the peel that you really don't want in this application. You also need some high-proof, neutral flavored alcohol. The higher proof, the better. In California, I think the best we can get is 120 proof Everclear, but other places can do better. Don't worry, we're going to get it back down to a much more drinkable level. If you can't find that, you can absolutely use 100 proof vodka, but your final product will have a little less kick. Later on, we're going to need sugar and water. That's it. Well, aside from the immersion circulator, I guess. But if you don't have one of those, you can just substitute a couple of weeks. This process is dead simple, though it can be a bit tedious. I think about 1 lemon per 100 ml of liquor is the right ratio. I've got about 1.5 liters of Everclear here, so I picked and washed 15 lemons. Now we just need to get the lemon zest. I've used a couple of different methods for this over the years. Microplaner works really well, but it can take quite a while, probably because I get a little obsessive about getting every last bit. Nothing against microplaners, but in this case, a standard issue potato peeler should do the trick. Try to avoid getting too much pith when zesting, but don't worry about being perfect. A very little bit actually gives the limoncello some character, or so I tell myself. What do we do with all these lemons that are going to go bad now that they have no skin? Well, we like to juice the lemons and pour them into an ice cube tray, freeze that, and then we can put the lemon ice cubes into a bag for easy storage. Not that we need more lemon juice around here. I pulled the screen door out of this window so I can just reach out and grab a lemon anytime I want, but whatever. In the past, I would pour all of my Everclear into big freezer bags and seal them up, but it always felt a little precarious having a big overfull bag floating around in the water bath. Today, I'm going to try something I haven't done before and use mason jars. I don't see why it won't work, but you'll get to find out with me. We'll see. Divide up the zest roughly equally among the mason jars and have it pre-filled with Everclear. I'm going to put the mason jars in my tub here and fill it with water almost up to their lids. And I've set my sous vide, I've got a trusty Innova that I've had for years, to 135. That's 57C, and let this go for 3 hours. I might even go for 4 hours. The added heat supercharges the extraction process of all of those alcohol-soluble flavors in the lemon peel. And we're all sealed up here, so the alcohol won't evaporate away. All right, so it's been about 3 hours, so let's see how we did. I'm going to pull these out and take off the lid. So once you're out of the bath, I like to give it a tiny taste to see how the extraction level is. You can see by the color, we definitely got a lot, but I want to check to see anyway if we need to go farther. Good, strong. Now, we just mix it with simple syrup. I like to target 60 to 80 proof for my final limoncello, so math, I want to add half the volume of my original Everclear. I measured that and it was 1600 milliliters, and so we need about 800 milliliters of simple syrup. Note, this is significantly less syrup than most recipes use, but we like our limoncello a little less sweet than most folks, just to your own liking. To make the simple syrup is simple. Just combine equal parts, I'm a nerd, so I'm doing this by weight, sugar and water in a saucepan. Heat over medium heat and whisk until everything's fully dissolved. I'm going to make more simple syrup than I need. It's good to have around for cocktails, and I might want to dilute things more, depending on how things taste at the end. Now this part is cool. We have one clear liquid and another clear liquid. When I pour them together, cloudy! Chemistry is fun. This is your final limoncello, so give it a taste. To see if you need to adjust things, then toss it in some bottles. or you can pour it back in those mason jars. It's best served chilled, but it's safe to store at room temp, so we just keep one bottle for pouring in the freezer. I like to keep the simple syrup in a squeeze bottle for easy access. In a future video, we might want to talk about some fun garden flavors you can infuse into simple syrups for cocktails, or even just spicing up some soda water. What to do with it? Well, I'm going to try making lemon drops tonight. I'm thinking 2 ounces of limoncello, half an ounce of Cointreau, and some lemon juice and some leftover simple syrup to taste. Usually we just have it by itself, though. Guilty pleasure is to put on an episode of Stanley Tucci's Italy show and have a glass. I hope you'll give that a try, or at least that you enjoyed learning about using temperature to speed up extracting flavors with alcohol. Do the things with the buttons. I'm Clicky, Nacho and Freya are somewhere, and as Koo says, go get your hands dirty, but maybe wash them before you do this one.